Good morning. How are you? So I just figured out when when my video doesn't work, it actually paused the screen, and then I knew I was 10 minutes in and the screen froze for like maybe 2 seconds, and that meant that it wasn't going to save. So we're going to start over. And yes, good morning. I'm in a new place, new spot again. My old spot. It's just way too hot up in my bedroom, so I'm back downstairs. And it's definitely cooler. How are you this morning? If you were to pick a color, what color would you pick? I'd pick blue today. And how are you? You good? No? Yes? Maybe I'll see you later today. And the date today. If we were at school, it would be the Owen Sound Attack Day. Wednesday, right. And this is the number of our day. 2727. And the month, January, February, March, April, May. And the year is 2020. So we're halfway through the week. Wednesday. And I'm actually wearing shorts today. It's nice. So speaking of the temperature and weather, what's it going to be like today? If I look outside, it looks beautiful right now. Like blue skies. I hear the birds chirping. And that is the temperature. 27 degrees. It actually doesn't feel that hot, but it's supposed to get up to 30. And this is Meaford. 26. Also some sun and white clouds. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day, but it's going to get pretty warm. We're going to do takeout today, so we don't have to turn on any heat on the stove or anything. Okay, in the news today, the Canadian military has a new report out because they were helping the nursing homes with the COVID, and I guess the report was not very good news. So families are very upset about the conditions of some of the nursing homes. Trudeau commented on it yesterday, and also Ford. So he was also giving more detail. Ford also is extending all emergency orders for Ontario for another 10 days. So hopefully we can get the numbers back down for cases. Some good news, astronomers spotted a blue beast in the sky, and it was an explosion in the universe. So that would be exciting for them, something to see. So I'm going to try and find some pictures of that later on today. And Camilla Cabot, I don't know her, but she's a Canadian singer, and she's having a concert tonight. And I guess it's supposed to be very well produced, and she's very excited. They were talking about her on the news this morning. Rolling Stones has come out with a list of singers who their careers were catapulted by one song, and the number one person on that list, can you guess who it is? I don't know if you'll guess. It's Britney Spears. She was the number one on the list for one particular song that catapulted her career. They didn't say what song it was, but I'm thinking it was that song where she was in the school. I forget the name of it, but I'll look that up too. Okay, the comic today. So yesterday, Charlie Brown found a pencil. So today he sees Lucy next and she says, "What's that you're holding?" And Charlie Brown says, "It's a pencil. It belongs to that little redhead girl. I'm going to stand here until she walks by, and then I'm going to tell her how I found it." "I hate to see you go to all that trouble, Charlie Brown. Why don't I just give it to her?" "Hey, here's your stupid pencil." Look at Charlie Brown's face. Does he look happy or sad? Wow, my sad face is really, really long. Ah, he wanted to talk to the girl. He didn't want Lucy to do that. So we'll see where it goes from there. Charlie Brown. Okay, yesterday this was the item. Do you know what this is? And do you use it? Not one like, you could not use this particular kind, but you might have one like it. It is a brush. And each morning I do brush my hair. This morning it's wet because I just took a shower, but I would brush it like this. And I have been doing messy buns because my hair is getting longer. So then I would use it to make sure all the back is in the right spot. I actually don't have as much hair as I used to, so my messy bun's not as big as it used to be. And then I would put my ponytail in. And spin it a little bit. And then because my bun's not as big as it used to be, I need a little bobby pin to cover the elastic. How does that look? Does that look alright? Okay, a brush. You should be brushing your hair, especially when you get hot and you have to like brush away the sweat, I find, anyway. And this is the item for tomorrow. Do you know what this is? And are you using that every day? Okay, I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. And the video. It's a good video today. And I have it nicely queued up. Are you ready? You know what that is? If you guessed train, you're right, and that was in Dog River. If you watched Corner Gas, it's a Canadian show. It was produced quite a few years ago. But yeah, we went to visit the spot where they did Corner Gas. And when we were there in Saskatchewan, a train went by. It was very cool. We were very excited. Life skill. Okay, the life skill today is this. Do you know what this is? If you said a stop sign, you're right. Now, the stop sign is for cars. However, you on the sidewalk, when you're walking on the sidewalk or on a dirt road, you also need to stop and look and make sure that there are no cars coming. So, if you come to a stop sign and you need to cross a street, you look at the stop sign and go, I better stop too, even though maybe I'm not driving a car. If you're on a bike, you also have to stop. And you look to the right and you look to the left and you make sure there's no cars coming or bikes, and then you proceed to walk. It's we even get Olive to do that. We stop and we look both ways for her and we make her look both ways, and then we walk if there's no cars. And then if there is a car, we talk to her and say, car, stop. We should also say bike too, I guess, if there was a bike. There aren't usually too many bikes, but so when you're walking, and it's the same color as something else we've been talking about. That's right, the traffic light. And the red traffic light means stop. And the stop sign is red, and it means stop. Okay, so when you go out for a walk and there's a stop sign, you try and do what you know to do and stop. I'm sure if you have your parents or your friends or guardians, they'll also help you, but you try to say, hey, a stop sign. I'm gonna stop and look. Okay? Sounds good. Okay, the zoo. We are still in the Americas, and we are going to look at this one. I have some really good pictures of this one. Okay, you ready? Do you know what this is? If you said a monkey, it is a monkey, and it's called the golden lion tamarin, and it's South America is the region. Golden lion tamarins have bright orange or red fur over their entire bodies, including long hair that forms manes on their cheeks, throat, and ears. Their faces are dark and hairless, so that's why they look like a golden lion. Tamarins, like their close relatives, the marmoset, which we talked about the marmoset, are distinguished from other monkeys of the New World by having modified claws rather than nails on all digits except the big toe. They do not exhibit a difference between male and female in appearance. They are among the smallest New World primates with an average head and body size of 200 to 336 millimeters, so 20 to 33 centimeters. So we know a ruler is 30, so go about a third, so they could be that big to that big. Not very big at all, like a ruler. Oh, Max had his ruler out, I don't see it. The tail length is actually bigger than the body at 31 centimeters and 40 centimeters. They weigh from 361 to 794 grams. So if you were to do, I guess, like a pound of ground beef, yeah. So not very big at all. Their habitat, primary and secondary lowland forests from sea level to 300 meters. This species usually lives at a height of a 3 to 10 meter tree. Golden lion tamarins are an adaptable species. If sufficient food sources, foraging sites, and tree holes are available, they can survive in degraded and secondary forests as well as partially cultivated areas. Oh, so even if there's some human action going on, they can still go and live in one particular tree and survive. Their diet, they are omnivores, eating mostly fruit, flowers, tree sap, and nectar. They also eat insects, spiders, snails, small lizards, bird eggs, and small birds. and threats to survival. Tamarin population have declined largely because of fragmentation or total loss of habitat due to destruction of rainforests for lumber, agriculture, pastures, and settlement. Up until 1960s, this primate was also exported for use in laboratories. They're also for pet trade and zoo exhibits. In 1983, their numbers had dropped to 100 to 200 in the whole world. Through captive breeding in zoos, this monkey has been returned to the wild in monitored areas. Today, the population is thought to be around 1,000 animals. So that's when a zoo is good, when it's actually helping the population. It has been established that although approximately 2,000 animals are required to maintain a stable population, the current available habitat will only be able to support about 1,500 animals. Habitat restoration projects are now in progress and in likelihood will correct the situation. So let's hope so, because those are some very unique animals, the tamarin. And there was quite a few at the Toronto Zoo. I wish it would go lighter for you. There. And they're so tiny, they were not very big at all. Okay, so our exercises today, I'm gonna spin. Oh, I didn't like tidy up my area over there, so I don't think I'm gonna spin today. Oh, okay, let's see if we can do this somehow. Okay. So we're going to do 2 exercises today. The first one is a lunge. And you're going to lunge and stretch it out. And count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then go back in standing and then lunge again. And then up. Okay, so that's the first one. And the next one is you're going to sit at a wall and you're going to just use your legs to support you and just see how long you can sit like that. And you can feel your muscles right here working. So I'm pushing up against the wall and my right knee is starting to shake. So that's a place obviously where I need some work on my muscles. So there's 2 new leg stretches. And if you remember, we had the curtsy. The curtsy lunge, the knee to standing, a side lunge. So that would be a good, do like a front lunge and then a side lunge and then a front lunge and then a side lunge. That would be good. That single leg deadlift, that one was challenging too. And a jump lunge, which is like a front lunge. And then the wall sit. Okay. Okay, that's it. And did you see where the lantern was today? If you said right here, you're right. Relax, renew, refresh. I picked it up once. I was trying not to pick it up, but I kept thinking it was in my way, which it was. And then when I went like this, did you see it? Okay. Well, that's it for today. Stay cool, drink lots of water, and I miss you. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.